November has been an interesting month this year. Some people can't resist showing a Nintendo game before its release. Sony had decided not to host a show at E3 next year, and we have lost a comic book legend that made us true believers. And as for me, it's now time to talk about the games I've been playing and what I think of them. Now remember, these are my opinions, and sometimes there might be some spoilers along the way, so here are the games that I've been playing and their designated times in this video. Welcome back to the HUD everyone, I'm Zacharoni, and today I'll be going through some of the games I've been playing in November, so without further ado, please be seated and here comes your second helpings. In my first hour of Super Mario Party, I was testing the main mode solo to see how it works, and what I found was that there's a bit of strategy in this game compared to previous titles. Every character now has their own special dice as well as the main one, and characters can help you out with their own dice to get to that rare star at the end. If you land on one of those special spaces, of course. For example, Bowser's got high numbers, but he also got two sides that can take away your coins if you land on them, while Rosalina's can give you coins if you miss a number with her dice. But on my first attempt, I was in the lead until Daisy, who has been in last place, suddenly stormed out of nowhere and got into first place at the end of the game, so it seemed like there's still luck in this game just for anyone to get back on top. So the next thing I did is play this game with friends, and then, what do you know, one of my friends chose Daisy, and I lost to her. Again. It's like she's an instant win character, or the board is unbalanced because one moment she gets a star, only for her to land on a space that teleports her to the next star, standing on top of an unreachable podium. As for the mini-games, you get creative ones like 3 players controlling separate parts of a robot to switch to one solo player, simple ones like dodging charging Chuckies, and frustrating ones like shaking all the sweets out of a jar. And while they are nothing special, we actually enjoyed them. After all, Mario Party is always about having your mates over and laughing at the player's success and failures. Now the next thing you'll be wanting to know is, what about everything else? Well, after I tried another game on my own, I accepted the fact that this game is enjoyable if I had more friends with me. Sure, there's that online mode, but it's not like the main game where you play locally. Instead, you are presented with 5 mini-games daily, and during those moments, a few players dropped out from these sections. So giving an opinion to this game might take some time because I only played a little of it, but so far, it's best to play this game with friends than the AI, and trust me, they can be pretty harsh to you. Now, you are going to steal from the one with the most coins, right? Oh, come on! The only Valve games I have played so far are Portal 1 and 2, Team Fortress 2, Left 4 Dead 1 and 2, and Half-Life 2 along with Episode 1 and 2. I think I should tease my next leftover in the future. Anyway, now my next game from them is Counter-Strike, more specifically Counter-Strike Global Offense, the most popular esport game on the market, and I understand why after playing it. Flashbangs are super effective, health doesn't regenerate, weapons have got a lot of kick to them, especially the AWP rifle. Equipment had to be selected before a round starts, and aiming is more precise when I'm standing still or crouching. But while it's simple to play, it's also difficult to master, and you'll probably realize this from the footage you are seeing. However, despite how many times I got took down, I still had fun with this game because of how rewarding it is. The main mode is Search and Destroy, where one team plants a bomb while the other team tries to disarm it, and it's satisfying when taking out the last unit or defending the bomb from being disarmed. The next mode I played was Arms Race, where it was just like the gun game from the original Black Ops that I played before. However, I was disappointed that it's a team game than a free-for-all game. The last mode I played was Hostages, and this is the weakest of the bunch because the goal of the game is to rescue the hostages and carry them to the drop-off zone while the others defend them. But the thing is that the counter-terrorists don't have to rescue the hostages, they can just eliminate the terrorists and still win the round, making this mode feel like an afterthought. Now I know there are more modes in the game, but I didn't spend a lot of time with Global Offense because of another game that I was playing. But overall, it's a good alternative to the other shooters that are released to this day. Plus, it's a perfect place to let loose some steam on those chickens. When it comes to PlayStation mascots, the original PlayStation has two of its most recognizable, Crash Bandicoot and Spyro the Dragon, until they were given away, of course. At the time, I had a PS1 and I played Crash the most over Spyro. But after the release of Crash N. Sane Trilogy, it was only a matter of time for Spyro to follow suit with the Reunited Trilogy that contained the first 3 games from the PS1. Right off the bat, these titles look really impressive, with their colourful environment, cartoonish animation, and I like how every time I use its fire attack on the green, it catches fire only for it to turn back to normal. But what about the gameplay? Well, it controls tight, with side missions that are fun to complete, but there are some things that frustrate me, like the dash attack that can be difficult to control with the left analog stick, and Bentley, one of the side characters you play as in the third game, has the camera too close to its back. So now that I have played these games, but not 100% completed them yet, which one did I like better? Well, I prefer Spyro 2 because it features creative levels, gems are used to unlock new areas, and boss fights are tough and challenging, especially the final boss, which has more phases than the other 2 games. In fact, the final boss of the first game was not so threatening, it actually matches the description in the intro, which I find funny to this day. But after playing this, along with the Insane Trilogy from last year, I actually prefer Crash over Spyro because they are more fun to play. And I know being a dragon is awesome, but being a Bandicoot is more rewarding, and I can't wait for the remastered version of Crash Team Racing. Well, that's all the games I've been playing in November. I hope you appreciate my opinions, and if you like what you see, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. But until then, I'm Zacharoni. Enjoy your pizza, and I'll see you next time.